Hey guys, how's it going? So I wanted to create a video and answer a question. I get asked all the time, why should I reload? So I thought, you know what, let's create this and let's look into this. And I'm going to tell you why I reload and perhaps why you should reload. Especially right now with everything so crazy. It seems like every time I go into the gun store to buy some little component or something, things are just crazy. Lines are out the door, you can't find stuff, it's just ridiculous. So this is such an awesome thing because I really love to shoot. I love to go out to the range, I like to train, I like to do all these different things, but I don't want to stand in line forever to get my little box of bullets, my little ration from the gun store. So I've done this for a long time, and it's just such a nice peace of mind that, you know what, I'm going to have a day at the range, I can go make some bullets. So I'm going to go through real quick what you need and kind of the costs, and then you can decide for yourself whether or not you should do it. So the first thing to look at maybe is the components. So what do we need to reload? So the first thing, we need brass. So I save all my brass. I love when I'm out on the range and somebody has left their brass all over the range, I can pick it up and I can use that. So I'm going to use the brass. The cool thing about the brass too, especially on a pistol, we're going to be looking at the 9mm today. This stuff lasts forever. I'm not kidding you, forever. I have never seen one of my 9mm cases fail. The only case I've ever seen fail, I was reloading some 38 Special that I was shooting in a 357, and I, over a long period of time, developed a little crack on the side. Not anything dangerous, not anything but, oh gee, guess I can't reload that one. But as far as the 9mm, I have reloaded these over and over and over and over, who knows how many times, and I have never seen one fail. They don't stretch. There's the only stretch that happens to the case is maybe just a little bit of expansion, and when you size it, it brings it back, but I've never had to trim one. They last freaking forever. I can't say that for a rifle case, because a rifle case, there's a little more pressures involved, and I've done some things like some annealing and trimming that to help make those last longer. But a pistol case just goes and goes and goes. So the next component that we need, that we want to talk about, is our powder. So the powder that I like for the 9mm, and this I'll admit I'm gonna give up some of my secrets, the Hodgdon CFE pistol. This is the one that I like the best on the 9mm. The 9mm case gets charged with 4 grains of powder, just a tiny little bit of powder. To kind of give you an idea, 1 pound of powder has 7,000 grains. That's like 1,750 rounds in 1 can of powder. So to kind of give you an idea on the cost, this is 26, 27 bucks, depending on what you get it at your place. If I divide that out for 1,000 rounds, we're going to look at what it costs to do 1,000 rounds today. I'm about 14 bucks, 14.80 I think is what it was, for 1,000 rounds worth of powder. So our next thing is our primers. The primer I like is a CCI small pistol primer. There's a lot of other manufacturers out there. I've just had really good luck with these. 1,000 primers is right about 35 bucks. The next thing I'm gonna share another one of my secrets. So I found this Extreme Bullet company, and you can look them up online. It's just Extreme Bullets. You buy them right online. This is 115 grain round nose, just a basic little plinking bullet, perfect for my training on the range or whatever and shooting little targets. A box of 500 of these is 51 bucks. I have seen, maybe with the craziness the last few years, prices have kind of come up just a little bit, but still, so for 1,000 rounds of these, we're going to be about 102 bucks. So if I look at just my components, so my powder, my bullets, and my primers, I'm right around 150 bucks for 1,000 rounds. I think that's pretty good. The next thing people might say, well, I just don't have time. Well, I'm going to show you something cool. The next part of this, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about equipment. So the equipment that I use, if you watched any of my other videos, I love the Dillon products. In my mind, they're the best out there. I've been doing this for about 25 years. I've used some other presses, and don't waste your money anywhere else. Buy a Dillon. So the first press, I love this press. This is my little more basic press. This is a 550. It's a progressive press. It's a 4-station press. The thing that I love about the Dillon is these tool heads. So I can take, let me grab a different tool head with a powder measure. So in the Dillon stuff, you have all these different, you can get different tool heads for different calibers, and they'll come with a powder measure. I don't have a powder measure on this. This is my Creedmoor, and I hand trickle my powder. But what's cool is you can buy these caliber conversion kits from Dillon, and it comes with a tool head, a powder measure, and a shell plate. So you can switch between calibers. And then I just have a grundle of these that are set up with all the different calibers that I like to reload. So this press basically works, let me put this back together. It is a progressive press, and it's a hand advanced progressive press. So as I go through, I'll put a case in, I can size the case, I can rotate forward, and the next time it'll size, and then I can put powder. The next time I turn it, I'm going to size, powder, and set my bullet. So you can see as I start going through this, it'll start moving pretty fast. The next step up from that is a 650. This is the Dillon 650. This is a 5-station press. What I like about that is it adds a powder check. So as I'm going through, as that case comes around, it gets a powder charge and it moves to this station. It's going to come up, and this powder check will look to see if the powder is in tolerance. And if it's not, I'll get a little tone. Oh crap, I've run out of powder, and I can check that. So I really like that. As far as speed, this is really nice. It's got a case feeder set up. So you just dump your cases in the top, you turn the machine on, and it'll drop the cases down in, just like that. And then as I reload, I'm going to turn it off because it's kind of noisy. But as I load, each time all I'm doing is setting a bullet. It drops a case, it sizes the case. When I come down, it'll prime the case, and then each time it rotates, all I'm doing is setting a bullet on and going, and it's just ding, 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 super fast. So I don't want to hear the argument about, oh, it just takes too long, because it doesn't. You can go through rounds really, really fast. Cost? Yeah, it's gonna cost a little bit to get into this, but it's not that bad. Get onto the Dillon website, you can see all their current prices. As far as other equipment, you're probably going to need a good caliper so that you can measure your cases, measure your seating depth on your bullet. The manual will go over all those things that you need to watch out for. You're also going to need a good scale. So the scale that I use, this is a Trickler 2, so it's kind of fancy. This trickles my powder out very, very precisely. So I use that on like my precision loads. And then it's also measures and scales. You don't have to get anything that fancy, just a nice little scale that'll measure in grains. Maybe some cleaning equipment for your cases, some kind of a tumbler. I really like the stainless steel media tumbler. It does a really good job. It's super fast. But I mean, I don't know. It's just, that's why I would say just reload. It's so much fun. My kids are kind of funny. They kind of know, oh, Dad's down in his gun room, it's Sunday afternoon, leave him alone, he's building bullets. And for me, that's kind of my time to recharge, I can just have my time. And I love that. I love having my hands in this sport, and I like having my hands in all the components of it. The other thing that can be said too is I can start to tailor a load. So if I have a gun that likes a little more hotter load or a little softer load, I can look at accuracy, and it's just nice that I can start to tailor those loads. Anyway, I hope this was beneficial to you. If you have any questions at all, please leave me a comment. I really do try to watch my comments, and I'll try to get back to you. But anyway, it's just exciting for me to share a hobby that I absolutely love, and I hope that you can find a love for it and do it as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully this was, worth watching. Thanks.